Question everything. The truth will not be televised, and that is the truth. Because at the end of the day, truth is hard to find in this country. Truth is hard to find in this world. Whenever you try to challenge the elite and their programs on what they say the truth's supposed to be, all of a sudden you have misinformation and disinformation and hate speech. Even if the truth is coming from them, from their past so-called elite or so-called scholars, they'll still, in this time frame, denounce that scholar in that time frame that the truth was actually spoken on. So that way the truth will not be passed in the time frame that we stand in today. Thus, today I'm called African American, but when you go back to the ledgers and you go back to the decrees and you go back to the documents of the past, I was the original American Indian. And out of nowhere, over time, and over paper genocide, and over being written out of my history and out of my culture and out of my identity and out of my heritage, all of a sudden, I'm black and African American. This is how it works. You just teach generations after generations just a different reality. And after a while, that reality set in, or we can say it like Bush said it when he was in office as the president. If you tell a lie enough to the people, when you market a lie enough, eventually that lie will become the truth to the people because that's all they know. And that's just the reality to it. Pro bono. So with that stated, China owns 384,000 acres of United States citizens' farmland. 384,000 acres, that's what China owns. And you wonder why your food source is in a crisis. You talk about the cost of living and the cost of food here in America, but you don't own no farmlands. You barely have any farmlands to feed your own people here in America. They're being taken over by big corporations and foreign affairs. And right here in America, your milk is skyrocketing, your eggs are skyrocketing when it comes to the cost. And you're scratching your head and you're wondering why. But these are things that you don't vote on. These are things that you haven't put people in office to represent selling your farmland away to China. And I'm pretty sure they haven't told you that China is buying up your farmland and your agricultural land all over America. What purpose is that? And how do that help the American citizens if they get to own 384,000 acres of your farmland? See, these are the realities that we are under, trusting these wealthy and these rich people, believing that wealthy and rich have your best interests at heart as we the people, the American citizens, the working class poor, the poor, and the middle class working poor. Because at the end of the day, that's what we all are. We are struggling to make that end meet, right? To pay for the taxes after paying the mortgage off, because if you don't pay the taxes, you still lose your house. Same thing with the car. Same thing with pretty much everything you buy in America that you think you own. If you're not paying the taxes on it, or the insurance on it, or the registration on it, or any type of thing that they can attach to it after you think you own it, they'll still come and take it from you, right? Well, this is the reality to things. You're really just renting and borrowing things. And as long as you can pay off the rent and the borrowing of it, then you can continue to utilize it, even use it for generational wealth. But the moment you can't afford what they're asking you to pay, they're going to take it from you. These are the realities of being free in America. Go figure, right? Gotta laugh at that one when you're an Aboriginal nigger of America. Free. Ain't nothing free. You ain't been free since the colonizers got here. That's why you haven't been liberated yet as all. And that's just the reality to it. So with that stated, be very aware of what they're doing. Because when it comes to this synthetic foods that they're giving us and this lab-grown meat that they're willing to sell your babies, they're going to tell you everything is healthy and everything is okay. But at the end of the day, You ain't gonna know until you hit the hospital. And even in the hospital, it can get tricky. Because don't they talk medical language? Yeah, they have to cut you out. Because if you actually knew what was going on, then you'll check into it yourself. And it might be opposite of what they're treating you as, or telling you about, or even diagnosing you. So everything has its levels to stuff, and that's just the reality. So you don't throw everything under the bus, but at the same time, you look under the bus to make sure everything is working according to plan, or according to what it's supposed to be working. And with that, just bringing a little thought to it, that China owns 384,000 acres of farmland. And your food is just shooting out the roof. And at the end of the day, is this all being done on purpose? Is the people of America, we the people, the American citizens, are being pushed into a corner to where they can starve us out? Because why is the water got so much chlorine in it, allegedly? Gotta say it that way because TikTok is watching, and you can't never ever talk about the stuff they don't want you to really talk about, because if you do, then guess what? You might just be violating community guidelines. So with that, watch out for your water. Watch out for your foods. Watch out for the intake on the things that you consume. Because if you don't, you might just be consuming something that might put you on your back. And with that, I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. For that is the question. You let me know. Peace, peace.